American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on problems that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Check the reviews. The people have spoken. Epic Heating and Cooling is the call to make. Make sure your home is safe and efficient with our $79.95 furnace tune-up special. Year-end savings on complete systems. Epic service, not epic prices. Epic Heating and Cooling.
As a design-build general contractor, Evans Building Company has completed new construction, building retrofit, and remodeling services for commercial clients across the Wichita metro area for more than 50 years. The Evans team takes pride in delivering attractive, unique buildings for a variety of industries, from manufacturing and industrial to retail or religious organizations. Give us a call or visit our website to learn more about our services and why we are the team to build with.
Our community. It means everything to us. We live here and we play here. We are the Orange Army. Since 1979, our family is your family. We play for you. The history, it runs deep. And our future, it's bright. This season may be a little different than the past. But we're still your Wichita Wings. And you're still the greatest indoor soccer fans in the world.
And welcome to an empty Hartman Arena in Park City, Kansas, as the MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational continues today with a match between the Wichita Wings 2 and Sunflower State FC out of Kansas City. My name is Zach Light. Thank you so much for tuning in for an exciting doubleheader of arena soccer action. We'll have this game for you here in just a few minutes. Players are set to take the field any moment. We will have a noon kickoff, and then at 6:05 tonight, you can join us over on Facebook pay-per-view for the Kansas City Comets making their return to Wichita in Central Cup action against the Wichita Wings. That a 6:05 kickoff from Hartman Arena here in Wichita. So excited to bring this doubleheader to you today. Again, players set to take the pitch any moment now. And just a little bit of an update for those of you not in the loop who maybe didn't join us for pregame yesterday. But the MASL 3 launching later this year. We will see teams in the Heartland division competing in this tournament, though, over the course of the winter, playing a home-and-home series. First two matches taking place this weekend here at Hartman Arena. Of course, the newly founded Wichita Wings 2, the reserve side of the Wichita Wings, will be playing in the MASL 3. Along with Sunflower State FC, their opponents today, the Omaha Kings FC, their opponents from yesterday, and the Springfield Demise PASL squad making the move up to MASL 3, a very talented side. Additional dates for that tournament will be released in the coming weeks. But every team playing home and home, with the finale of that tournament happening here at Hartman Arena February 13th and 14th. Ticket information for that weekend, semifinals on the 13th, third place, and finals on the 14th. Ticket information for that will be released as we get a little bit closer to that event, as we want to make sure that we comply with all county guidelines with everything crazy that has gone on in the last year. As you can see, the Wings 2 taking the field now in the all-white strips. Sunflower FC will be wearing yellow tops with black shorts and black socks. So this is a different competition than the Central Cup, which is being competed between 3 MASL sides, the Dallas Sidekicks, the Kansas City Comets, and the St. Louis Ambush, along with the MASL 2 side, Wichita Wings. Great to see that cup happening to renew some rivalries, some teams that the Wings don't get to play during their MASL 2 season. Of course, the MASL 2 season will be contested over the course of the summer this year. We'll look for an announcement and schedule closer to the beginning of that season in late May, early June. The Wings looking at hosting some additional games in January, late January, so stay tuned to Wings social media for any announcements regarding additional games coming up while we wait for the M2 season, which has been pushed back into the summer, and ticket information as it's made available. Again, the game today here, the noon game, being contested in an empty arena, giving the fantastic Hartman Arena staff the ability to go through and sanitize the building before tonight's game at 6:05 between the Wings and the Comets, the Central Cup finale. Yesterday, the Wichita Wings 2 in their inaugural game, the first game of this squad, saw a 5-3 defeat to the Omaha Kings. Fantastic result for the Kings, just their second year in existence. They played in the PASL last year. That team headed up by Tomas Rossi, a former Wichita player, spent time at Newman and at Wichita Selection in the PASL. And Sunflower FC is taking the pitch. And it looks like we are not too far off from the kickoff of this one. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. First of 2 games today, this MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational Tournament match here at noon. And then again, 6:05 kickoff over on Facebook pay-per-view. It's $9.99 if you want to watch the Wings versus Comets. If you are not available to join us here in person, we would love it if you were able to watch the game online. Support not only the MASL and the teams playing. We'll see a couple of roster changes if you were watching the match. If you were watching the match yesterday, a couple of first-team guys for the Wings who didn't get a lot of minutes in the match against Dallas got to play yesterday. We saw Nathan Clark and Peter Espinoza. They will not be available for the Wings 2 in this one, as they will prepare for the match later tonight. Also, goalkeeper Aaron Parrott, who played the first half against the Omaha Kings, unavailable for this one as well, as he is prepping for the game this evening against the Comets. As I am now being joined by my broadcast partner, Blake Shoemaker. Blake, difficult game for the Wings 2 yesterday. Definitely showed some promise early, but a very well established Sunflower State FC squad coming in, headed up by Nick McDonald, player for the Comets.
Yeah, it's a great relationship that Sunflower has, obviously, with the Kansas City Comets, and Nick McDonald is certainly already teaching these guys the nuances of the game. They've got some veterans, some guys that played in the PSL, the Barriellos, teams like that, Zach, you and I are familiar with, that the average fan may not be familiar with, but obviously older team, a little bit of indoor experience, good coach, and a long tradition of quality indoor soccer in Kansas City. So great way to kick off a doubleheader today. You've got Sunflower from Kansas City in the M3 against Wichita Wings 2, our developmental team here in Wichita, also from the M3 here in the M3 Heartland Invitational, and all of that. Everybody gets out. Here comes the Kansas City Comets and the Wichita Wings first team at 6:05 for the final game of the Central Cup. So it's a great way to start the day.
Looks like we are just about ready to get underway. Again, a couple of roster changes for this Wings 2 side.
Yeah, a few changes today. Obviously, you don't see Nathan Clark, Peter Espinoza, both played yesterday. And with the match this evening in Wichita against the Comets, Wichita pretty banged up the season starting. I'm sure the Comets are in that point too, but Wichita with a little thinner roster, already missing stalwarts like the standouts of Brian Perez and Nico and Leo Sosa and guys like that. Great save by Aaron Parrott early.
Oh, Aaron is in goal. I missed that earlier.
Okay.
But I only expected to play about a quarter today.
A quarter, maybe a half. We'll see. I just talked with Coach Roger Downing. The potential for a quarter is there, but obviously we'd like to get him to see a half as well.
If you are unfamiliar with MASL 3, this being contested under some different rules, it will be a running clock in the first, second, and third quarters, with the exception of an official's timeout.
It appears that they're not ready with the additional match balls yet, which is odd. I think Coach Downing would be good. It looks like he's already telling folks. He's down there with Kyle Eno and the rest of them saying, hey, we're not these games we can't have the fans in. The staff is also limited because of the turnaround to clean the facility. You know, it's really important that we have the ball guys down there in the second match as well, and now we're just a little bit short on folks standing around the sidelines. That we've pushed back the stands at Hartman Arena because there's not hockey played here. We do not have glass to go around the entire arena, much like they do right now in Kansas City, St. Louis, and then you've seen it in Dallas, all in the Central Cup. So in Wichita, it's still the typical MASL where the ball, like it just did there, can hop over the wall and out of bounds, and you get that restart. So with that in mind, we've pushed the stands back so that nobody puts a ball into the stands, and the fans in the Wings versus the Comets game later today, or when the Dallas Sidekicks visited on Friday, touch that ball and throw it back in due to COVID protocols. So what we're missing here is these guys standing down around the glass. We just need them, instead of standing there, to kind of spread out and toss a ball back and be ready with the additional match balls.
Right. Our ball boy for this afternoon is Mr. Johnny Freedom.
Kind of weird to have ball boys in indoor, but that's where we're at these days.
Another change to the roster, number 46 out on the field for the Wings right now, Victor Olorunfemi.
Yeah, Victor is a guy that we just need him to get repetition. He's played for FC Wichita in the outdoor. He's played a ton of minutes with FC Wichita, served a little bit as a captain even this summer, playing in the Heartland tournament there that they ended up losing to in the final to the USL League 2 team that also has some history. Well, this is the Raptors, I believe, the USL Cedar Rapids Raptors, but
Iowa Raptors,
the Rampage professional indoor soccer in the MASL also in Cedar Rapids, and had some of that same player pool and ownership and so forth. So those guys, Victor with a ton of experience with FC Wichita, played at UMKC, was a grad student at Dayton, so he's got 5 years of Division I soccer as well. And it's just a matter of time. Vic learns the indoor game, and he'll be a huge part of what we want to do moving forward in Wichita.
Victor got a look from the Comets last year. Even played in an exhibition against this Wings squad. As we see now, Cade Martin on the ball. I apologize, don't have rosters for Sunflower State at this time.
That's behind the yellow line. That should be at the top of the box right here. And see if they can get that right. It looks like our hype man, Johnny Freedom, is running around the side there. He's figured out now that he's
the ball guy.
Officially the ball guy. Something tells me Johnny Freedom's going to be joining us at halftime and taking back his game calling duties because this is typically his role, hype man. We don't have him penciled in as ball guy. And yeah, Aaron Parrott is telling them that ball went out from behind the yellow line and it should be at the top of the arch. And referees are making a massive mistake right here and placing it in the wrong position. In the MASL, if you deliberately kick a ball straight out of bounds from the defensive third behind the yellow line and it doesn't touch anywhere, it goes straight out of the field of play, that is, not above but out of the boards, then at that point it's a free kick at the top of the arch. So Wichita misses a chance because of the referees not being on the spot and missing, maybe just didn't realize where he was at on the field when he played that ball out.
You know, some people are looking at these as preseason or exhibition games, and maybe the officials are too. But you know, these games matters to these teams. This is the inaugural tournament for MASL 3. You know, with a season to come later down the road, the Central Cup is renewing a lot of rivalries. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of bad officiating mistakes. A red card missed in a game last night in Kansas City. A goal that was good at the end of the third quarter said that it wasn't because time had expired. Officiating mistakes in the game against Dallas on Friday between the Wings and the Sidekicks. So,
you know, it's not, it's preseason, everybody's getting back in. People want to win these things. These games are important.
To the
like
players, these are not preseason
typically
games.
We're in full season form right now, and these are in the MASL. These are second quarter of the season games, right? So it's important for these guys to come out and compete. That said, they're a little bit rusty. The referees are a little bit rusty. In this case, you know, one of those guys on the pitch is Derek Boydeau, and rusty or not, Derek Boydeau is a MASL and an MISL referee. You know, you expect him to catch that. But you know, some of the other referees, the opposite side, are young guys. Tyler Supers down there, Supper, I believe how it's pronounced. And with these guys, this is an opportunity in Wichita for us to use this not only to develop the player and the reserve team and move them forward and continue to grow the game, but we are looking to develop our coaches, our referees, and we just want to see the indoor game in Wichita grow completely. And unfortunately, that comes with errors from Luke Dixon yesterday in goal. Wichita was up 3-2 against Omaha, and he took a little bit too much time. You have an Aaron Parrott or a Stephen Hammerski or somebody like that, maybe even Jared Brandt, who was around last year, puts that ball into the corner. They never give up the transition where maybe it should have been a shootout instead of a penalty, or Luke makes the mistake. They get into a 50-50. He pulls a player and ends up clearing it and gives up a penalty kick and the blue card. But overall, that's some of those moments, the three-line pass and those things, they're just things we're gonna have to deal with right now. It's players, it's referees, it's coaches.
Right, but when you have a developmental squad, the main play. I mean, winning games is great, but if you can develop players out of this squad to make the first team and make an impact in the MASL 2 or maybe someday in the MASL, then the reserve squad has done its job. It's winning games is great, but if you can develop a coach like a Kyle Eno, who already has a ton of experience in the outdoor game, if you can develop a goalkeeper like Dixon to become a great indoor player, a great arena soccer player, then the squad has done its job.
There's Carlos Fernandez after some decent work from Wichita to sombrero a couple players, if you will, and Carlos gives us the hold-up play, gets on the ball and recycles it. Carlos, 18 years old right now, maybe just turned 19, but out of Eisenhower High School. Grew up between Wichita and Newton, has family in both, and we mentioned it yesterday, good soccer family. He's a guy that he's recovering from a knee injury, but as he continues to develop, he is going to be a very, very good target player in the indoor game.
Just under 6 minutes left on this one. Next stoppage in play will be an official's timeout. That's a good run on the far side now for Sunflower. Played off the wall.
Victor Olarinfemi there, Zach, to just stay in his position, take the back door away. The player was already pretty deep. You trust your goalkeeper to handle it as a 1v1 from a poor angle instead of overcommitting and turning that into a situation where your keeper's 1v2.
Yeah, Victor's veteran instinct when it comes to defending was on show there. He was in the right place to clear that ball out and slow the attack. Shot comes in, saved by Parrott. Another shot right at Parrott, and he collects it. Nam on the ball now for the Wings. Plays the ball back to Victor Olorunfemi.
Good ball to the corner from Vic. Cade Martin there on the ball. Yeah, Wichita still really hasn't settled into this game, but it seems like it's starting to slow down and they're starting to get their legs underneath them. Early in the game, Sunflower balls deep into the corner with over the top of Wichita, running on to with just a different intensity level than Wichita looked like they were ready to play at. And I think the guys have realized they're going to have to pick up the speed of play. And from what I've seen so far, and certainly nothing against anybody on the field, but if I was great save from Parrott.
Fantastic effort.
Oh, they're out and running. Andy on the ball, Cade making a run in behind, and Andy holds it up. But what I would be looking to do right now is it looks like the goalkeeper's feet have been uncertain just a little bit for Sunflower. So if it was me, I'd sit into the mid-block. Wichita could sit into that mid-block, let them play backwards. Once it gets into the goalkeeper, can you start to press a little bit, see if we can press the keeper and not just come out and press their defenders. So that mid-block stops us from dropping too deep, and it also certainly would give and there's a perfect example of that.
Oh.
Can we make them pay? They don't.
Just not the strike Cade Martin wanted on that one as the ball kind of rolled down his chest and to his foot.
Again, just a little bit early in this game, and that should be another restart at the top of the box. And let's see if they can get that right this time. Derek Boydo down there. The referees are looking to communicate, and yeah, they got it this time. All right, so folks, this is what we were talking about earlier. Look, they know the rules. They just missed it. They probably didn't know which side the player was on when he hit the line. Now they're a little bit more aware of that. Obviously, Kyalino, Roger Downing, some of those guys down there letting him hear about it the last time. And it looks like we're going to have a referee officials timeout.
Yeah, timeout's been called. With 3:41 left on the arena scoreboard, we'll adjust our clock to match that.
Great time for Wichita to get an officials timeout here, restart at the top of the box. It's not just an opportunity for everybody to break, but if you're ever going to take a timeout and draw one up, it's 0-0, 3:41 left in the first quarter. Wichita's only had a couple chances, but here in the last few minutes, saw the keeper misplay one off the ball for Sunflower, and here comes Roger Downing, and as you see him walking across, you see him giving the signal. And he says, hey, look, we need to be a little bit more consistent about that. We've missed it a few times, guys. Are we on the same page? They said, yeah, our bad, and we moved on. Just Derek Boydo, thumbs up, hand in the air. That's all the communication you need. And Roger certainly isn't the kind of guy that's going to wear you down about it.
Set pieces, kind of an Achilles heel for this Wings 2 squad yesterday. Would have liked to have seen, some timeouts taken to draw some things up. Again, this is a team that hasn't been playing together for a very long time. So to make sure you've got things right to make these set piece opportunities valuable, it's a great opportunity for that. So 3:41 left here in the first, still tied at 0 between Wings 2 and Sunflower State FC.
Andy Nam scored off this yesterday. He's definitely going to be over this ball, and he tries to go under the wall. Wichita recovers. Would have after the missed shot, can Andy just recycle that ball back to Parrott and not try to turn into pressure and potentially create the counterattack? Well, fine, we're out of the danger zone, but I think that's that young mistake. Andy, very young player, only 16, turning 17 years old, out of South Korea. Moved here a couple years ago, played with FC Wichita, played at Mays High School as well, and has came out and made this team. And you saw him score yesterday off that same kind of situation. That was 2 on the wall. Today was 3. Be nice to see us go, okay, look, they took that shot away. Can we look to lay the ball off to somebody that's maybe open in a better number situation?
Ball played back to the goalkeeper. Pressure coming. A little bit of contact there, but no whistle given. Kevin Crafton trying to track this ball down for the Wings, win it back. It's played back to the near side. The foul is given.
Yeah, Kansas City still has the ball there. Sunflower, I should say, still has the ball. And instead of continuing to play on and playing the advantage, he turns around and screams at Derek Boydeau, which ultimately awards him the foul. But if they don't take anything out of it, which they didn't, not sure they shouldn't have just played on. Wichita was reeling a little bit and chasing. Maybe you just play through that and see if the referee brings it back.
That ball goes out of bounds towards our camera operator, and this will be a top of the arch restart for Sunflower, and they are looking to move quick on this one. Less than 2 minutes left in this first quarter. Ball flicked on. Cade Martin does his job in the wall in order to deflect that ball back, and Sunflower will reset their attack. Under 90 seconds left here in the first quarter. Looking for options. That ball is going to be played out into section 102. And a restart here for the Wings. Olorunfemi with the ball at his feet. 1 minute left. Now Parrott. To Olorunfemi. Olorunfemi into
Great
the corner.
Ball from Victor.
Finds Dan in the corner.
Oh. It's dangerous. Oh, and Brandon just doesn't get over it, but great opportunity and sends that into the press box. If that makes it over, and it does, that is our DJ, Greg Dury, up there. I think it's DJ Greg, right?
Believe so. Balls flying into the press box are not my favorite thing if you remember anything from last season, Blake.
I do remember, and I know you're against it firmly.
Peter Espinoza saved my life because I was probably set for another concussion. That ball was coming right at my head. Down to 10 seconds left in this one. Let's see if the Sunflower State FC can get a shot off here. There's the flick on. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. We'll be back with the second quarter here in about 90 seconds.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on problems that actually matter, like figuring out which remote turns the TV on. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Check the reviews. The people have spoken. Epic Heating and Cooling is the call to make. Make sure your home is safe and efficient with our $79.95 furnace tune-up special. Year-end savings on complete systems. Epic service, not epic prices. Epic Heating and Cooling.
As a design-build general contractor, Evans Building Company has completed new construction, building retrofit, and remodeling services for commercial clients across the Wichita metro area for more than 50 years. The Evans team takes pride in delivering attractive, unique buildings for a variety of industries, from manufacturing and industrial to retail or religious organizations. Give us a call or visit our website to learn more about our services and why we are the team to build with.
And back for second quarter action here at Hartman Arena in Park City, Kansas. the inaugural MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational. It's game 2 for the Wichita Wings 2, taking on Sunflower State FC out of the Kansas City area. Still tied at 0. I'm Zach Light. I'm joined by Blake Shoemaker. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a jam-packed weekend of arena soccer action here in Wichita, and we will end it later today live on Facebook pay-per-view. You can go to the Major Arena Soccer League Facebook page for more information. But the final match of the Central Cup, the Kansas City Comets versus the Wichita Wings, as we are underway here in second quarter. Aaron Parrott remains in goal, so it looks like he'll play the full first half.
Ooh, that's going to be a 2-minute penalty. Carlos
Yes.
came in up high, elbow, caught him in the face. And it looked like he was just coming in dangerous with his arms flailing and kind of high. 11 was coming in to play the ball about the same time. And contact made. It wasn't swung, but definitely a high elbow, and it deserving of a 2-minute penalty. That's 44 Carlos Fernandez for a dangerous play, foul there. And now you've got Brandon Savanaugh, Zach Ellington, Kevin Crafton, and Victor Olarenfemi on the penalty kill for Wichita.
Definitely some veteran experience in defense with Ellington, Olarenfemi, and Crafton out there. And let's see how they can manage the penalty kill here.
Yeah, and Brandon's got pace. He runs for days, so he's a good guy to be at the top of that too. Yesterday he was diving, took a few blocks.
Olarenfemi wins the ball there.
Oh, that's going to be a foul. Oh,
It should have
Derek
been a
Boydo
foul.
says nothing, and they turn around and score against us. Wow. Unlucky for Aaron Parrott and the Wichita Wings there. He smashes it, but it was certainly a foul there against the boards. Boydo was right there. Maybe the ball was pushed by already, but then that's where the obstruction comes into play. You plays the player into the boards even though Victor had already pushed the ball by. There's just not enough space there, so it is obstruction at the very least. And since there's physical contact, it's just a straight foul. That would be my. Now I'm not standing there like Derek. He may be looking. He wants to see the player get a piece of the ball, or maybe the guy got a piece of the ball. It's still ball or no ball. Contact against the wall is contact against the wall.
Now a chance here for Sunflower. Olarenfemi does well to run back, get a flick on, get it to Parrott. Nam now on the side. Double teamed. He has Olarenfemi there. Olarenfemi tries to clear it out, but it's going to create a chance here. And number 4 for Sunflower just can't get his laces through it. Long ball played for Cade Martin here on the far side. Flick on off the wall, collected by the goalkeeper.
Good work from Cade. I mean, again, we're talking about young players. That's a 16-year-old player that Wichita's really trying to introduce the indoor game at this level, which all of these players are amateur players in the MASL 3. And it gives us an opportunity to really reach into the community and bring in some of that young talent. And there you see Cade. There's Hunter Salinas pressuring the ball as well. He's 19 years old from West Wichita Goddard Eisenhower High School as well. Played for FC Wichita Academy. Grew up playing for a friend of mine, Kais Alamoud, that also has a son on this team, Hassan Alamoud. Hassan is not suited up today. Haas is a senior at Campus High School. Haas plays with the FC Wichita men's team as well. And Haas, he can't suit today because he's waiting on an MRI on his foot.
Oh, no. Sorry to hear that. He was a player that was incredibly impressive in FC Wichita's tournament play this year. First time Hassan had been on my radar, but every time I watched him step on the field, I was like, man, this kid can go. So well wishes to you, Hassan. Get well soon.
Yeah, we were really expecting him to be a big presence as a goal scorer on this team. He stepped in at tryouts after you made your first round of cuts, and you kind of brought guys in and played them against first team versus these guys. How do they stand up? And Haas put in 2 or 3 against Steven Hammerski in the first time we went out, and it was like, okay, look, but I already knew that. I've seen him since he was a kid. He's very composed, like having an extra coach on the field, analyzes the game, takes his chances, adjusts his angle well as a finisher, so he gets very, very good looks on goal.
Now a chance here for Sunflower. Ball played into the near corner, flicked off the wall. No one there can get a head on it. But the ball falls to Sunflower back past the yellow line. Shot comes in, and it sneaks past Aaron Parrott.
Yeah, the guy's just given a little too much space. You see some heavy legs. They don't have many substitutes over there. And look, they played yesterday at noon. It was their first indoor game after having tryouts last weekend. Obviously, Sunflower's first game of the week. So we knew this was going to be a tough match. We wanted to fit this game in for Sunflower's sake, because the other option was to play them at our training facility, which is great, 1,000-some seats, right? You can get quite a few people in there. But it was just a little bit different atmosphere, and one of the allure of coming to play the Wichita Wings, be it Wings 1, Wings 2, whatever group it is you get this atmosphere in this arena. And we already had it for the Central Cup, so we doubled down on the games. Hopefully the guys, we can avoid injuries and get the guys out of here without that. But we knew that today could be tough, and hopefully we can find that extra energy and not play heavy all game.
Speaking of extra energy, I'll need an intern to run out and grab me coffee after this one, because we got another game to call tonight. 6:05, Facebook pay-per-view. And we'll keep the energy up for that one. It should be an exciting match. Comets in the driver's seat in the Central Cup. A win, and they will claim the inaugural Central Cup. Wings will need to win and a little bit of help from the St. Louis ambush in order for a chance to claim the cup tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Wichita's not out of it by any means. They would need a head-to-head win against the Kansas City Comets, and you would need the St. Louis ambush to beat Dallas. If Dallas was to win, Wichita would still need a result, and ultimately it would then go down to the tiebreakers, because head-to-head would be a three-way tie. I don't have all that information right now. We'll sort that out before the next one.
Yeah, we'll give you all that information later.
Can we just happen to let's let that game get through and there in St. Louis so we'll get the correct info, but can the Wings come out and put on a good performance? The fans have been excited. We've been getting a lot of good feedback. The team playing against St. Louis, Kansas City, Dallas. I mean, these are the three biggest rivals historically for the Wichita Wings, and it's been great to see the interaction, the fan support, and we just want our guys to make it out of this and get into the holidays safe and healthy and, with a good experience behind them.
Yes, and certainly hope that the Central Cup returns next season, as it's always great to play these teams, keep these rivalries alive. Restart now for Sunflower. Kevin Crafton challenging for the Wings, with the ball be played back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Sunflower goalkeeper has settled in now, a little bit cleaner with his passing, more communication, more aware, and it's done a lot to help them. I don't know what happened with Parrott there. He's not real happy. He's a pretty nice guy, so he must have
He's a very nice
felt
guy.
like he grabbed the ball and somebody took a extra kick at the ball, got his hand or something like that. That's Lalo Durath giving one away. Great block from Lalo, and he has to come make that play because he handed it to him right at the top of the arc, looking maybe thought somebody was flashing into that space, but another young player just anxious on the ball and makes a mistake in front. And here, if you can release him down the boards, one of Lalo's biggest assets is his endurance and his pace. We talked about it yesterday. He runs a 4-minute and 53-second mile, couple miles. He's still on 4 or 5.5 minutes, and is a marathon kind of guy, very technical as well. But getting him out in space and transition in indoor, that there's a lot to learn in indoor, but you don't want to try to negate his speed, that's for sure.
Start of the second quarter in St. Louis, Dallas up 2-0. As the foul's given there, mass substitutions for both sides.
See the big man here, number 19, that's last name De La Torre, family from Dodge City. Brother Andrew there runs the Dodge City Toros. We played against them this summer on the outdoor scene with our MPSL group, and has some family. I think 3 or 4 De La Torre brothers, but he's running a youth club out of there. They've got a futsal team. I believe we're going to try to schedule some more games with them. We'd love to see the game grow in Garden City, Dodge City, those places in western Kansas that just don't have the same same stadium, same venue, same arena that we have here. Want to continue to build a relationship with those guys. But the oldest brother here, he's lives in Kansas City. I believe played for Park University, has been playing for the Barriellos, probably some Cyclones. I'm not sure which one, but those two teams. And good guys, good family, and certainly one of the more technical players on the pitch right now today.
Of course, Garden City is building a brand new soccer facility. A beautiful complex coming soon out there. I see it every time I drive out that way. Love to see the growth of the game throughout the state. It's a player fouled there. Ball goes out of bounds.
Certainly Derek Boydo's got the foul here and not the – he's going to have a referee's timeout. It looks like the official's timeout. And I'm pretty sure he's called a foul, not out of bounds on Carlos Fernandez, as Carlos gets put by De La Torre, put into the boards just a little bit.
So officials timeout here with 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Sunflower State FC leading the Wichita Wings 2 by 2 goals, 2-0. And Coach Kyle Eno giving his instructions. And Blake, while we have the timeout here, it might be a good time to talk about the formation of the MASL 3 and what its goal is to do, for the overall arena soccer world in general here in the U.S.
There's some big things going on behind the scenes, and I wish I could drop it all right now without being the guy that beat the press release. But next week you're going to see a pretty big, pretty important press release to the indoor soccer game, maybe the biggest one in the history of indoor soccer, in fact, that kind of does what we're trying to accomplish here, which is unify the sport and get everybody on the same page regarding not just rules and regulations and standards and that, but pathway, right? And what the pathway means, where it starts, and what we're trying to accomplish. And that big picture's on its way. There's some pretty cool information coming about that. But related to the MASL league itself and what those leagues are is MASL, MASL2, and MASL3. And the formation of this was meant to provide an opportunity for amateur players to start to learn the game early so they could come in young, come in out of college, and be ready to play immediately and be entertaining at that age instead of having a 2 or 3 year curve. So that also the MASL3 is established to allow teams to operate on a lower budget, find out if they can make it work, find those owners that are operating properly, vet them, and look to move them into the MASL2 where the standards are different. We want them in arenas. And just, with totally different standards, obviously, than what you see here. Although this is a pretty high standard. There's not going to be too many MASL3 or PASL, which is even that unaffiliated league that plays out of indoor facilities mostly. You're not going to see teams operating at this standard where our young guys come out. They're in a better environment right now than a lot of professional teams around the country.
Yeah, one thing that's always struck me about the way, the Wings are being ran now, and even on the outdoor side of things, FC Wichita, is that it's ran from top to bottom like a professional club, even down to the youth sides. There's access to great coaching, great medical, our fantastic trainers, made available to all the players throughout the club. Shot comes in. It was crafted. The rebound collected by the goalkeeper. Sunflower will reset their attack now.
Goalkeeper stepped just out of the box a little bit there. Ball didn't come across, but foot did, and I think he realized afterwards, this isn't an arch. We saw that yesterday where Omaha thought they were playing in an arc because a lot of these indoor facilities, they still have the old arch instead of the line. And all that is the top circle, that center circle that is an identifier for a free kick.
Here's a chance now. Cade Martin saved.
Great ball from Lalo to Cade, and Cade comes up just a little bit short, works well to create a 50-50 ball, and Zach Ellington comes in to clean it up.
Flick there from Martin. Ellington now plays it off the wall.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Cade put that one away. He's definitely going to want it back. Cade suited Friday night against the Sidekicks. Didn't get into the match, but suited with the Wichita Wings against the Dallas Sidekicks. Young player that has such a bright future that we're just trying to, allow these guys to come out here and make mistakes, Zach, learn, come over, have some questions, have the proper answers with Greg Eno, Kyle Eno, Roger Downing, Steve Hammerski there yesterday as well. So those guys the unbelievable amount of knowledge. How great is it to be able to come out here and know that we're not going to get on you about mistakes? Luke Dixon's mistake yesterday, learn from it, right?
Yeah.
Did it cost a game? Sure. Yeah, change the game. You're up 3-2, you make that mistake. But at the end of the day, come out and play free, and it allows these guys to have fun. Oh, he's put it over.
Right. He is upset about that one. But you learn from those mistakes. All of these players are, hopefully we mentioned this yesterday, the brain of a goldfish, a short memory. Learn from the mistake and move on from it. As our ball boy, Johnny Freedom, sends this one back in. 2:20 left in the first half. Sunflower FC still leading the Wichita Wings 2 by a score of 2-0.
Don't want him to get to that left foot.
Forces him to play it back. Some good defending from Nam there.
Yeah, you definitely see the organization, the veteran nature. Some of these guys have played a lot of indoor, probably play not just in a different league like the PASL in the past, but also around the indoor leagues with 3, 4, 5 soccer facilities in Kansas City. The general understanding that Coach McDonald has with his players that, even if it's just playing in indoor men's leagues and things like that, and players come out and do open tryouts and make a team, the difference between, what a save from Parrott, the difference between a 16 to 18-year-old kid that hadn't done any of that yet, and they're in an academy program somewhere where indoor's just not part of that program, and so big difference, and good goal there from Sunflower. Wichita definitely tired, starting to see the legs drag a little bit, and players aren't tracking back.
So 1 minute left in the second. Wings ready to restart. A little bit of celebration still from Sunflower as this clock ticks down.
Really looking back here, Zach, maybe should be 2-1 right now. You get that 2v1 with Cade and Lalo. Cade misses a 1v1, and Wichita is 1 down at half instead of 3 right now, and that feels different. So can they steal one of these back here at the end?
Yeah, let's see 30 seconds of some pressure here. And hopefully, but no, here comes the counterattack. Nope, the foul's given by the official with 25 seconds left on the clock here. That'll slow up the Wings attack. Sunflower content to slow play this, let the clock wind down to 12 seconds. Now a chance here for Sunflower. A little bit of tangle up, incidental contact. Victor trying to go fast here. Nam with the ball at his feet. And that is going to do it for the first half. Sunflower State FC 3, Wichita Wings 2-0. We will be back here in about 15 minutes with the second half.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on problems that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Check the reviews. The people have spoken. Epic Heating and Cooling is the call to make. Make sure your home is safe and efficient with our $79.95 furnace tune-up special. Year-end savings on complete systems. Epic service, not epic prices. Epic Heating and Cooling.
As a design-build general contractor, Evans Building Company has completed new construction, building retrofit, and remodeling services for commercial clients across the Wichita metro area for more than 50 years. The Evans team takes pride in delivering attractive, unique buildings for a variety of industries, from manufacturing and industrial to retail or religious organizations. Give us a call or visit our website to learn more about our services and why we are the team to build with.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on problems that actually matter, like figuring out which remote turns the TV on. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Check the reviews. The people have spoken. Epic Heating and Cooling is the call to make. Make sure your home is safe and efficient with our $79.95 furnace tune-up special. Year-end savings on complete systems. Epic service, not epic prices. Epic Heating and Cooling.
our community, it means everything to us. We live here, and we play here. We are the Orange Army. Since 1979, our family is your family. We play for you. The history, it runs deep. And our future, it's bright. This season may be a little different than the past. But we're still your Wichita Wings. And you're still the greatest indoor soccer fans in the world.
And welcome back to Hartman Arena in Park City, Kansas for MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational action. I'm Zach Light, Blake Shoemaker with me as well, waving his arms in the air frantically, and I'm not even quite sure.
I'm just looking down here. I got Roger Downing, Johnny Freedom. I'm just looking to see if anybody else wants to join you and give some color commentary for a little bit because, you know, these are great guys. Roger is a dude, obviously.
Such a dude.
Yeah, he's
total
such a dude.
dude.
So anyway, we just trying to give an opportunity to add a little bit more colorful character than myself.
Well, Blake, you have a fantastic knowledge of all of these young players for Wings 2. A lot of these players spending time in the FC Wichita outdoor youth academies. Some, like the goalkeeper who's about to come in, Luke Dixon, spend some time with the men's first team.
Johnny Freedom has waved us off, folks. He's officially took a pass.
Well, you'll get to see some of Johnny tonight when you
He's the
tune
kind
in.
of guy that counts his steps. He might be getting work running around the arena right now.
He is running around, tracking down all the balls as the lone ball guy.
Can we go back to Luke Dixon for a second?
Yes, let's go back to Luke Dixon. Spent some time with the first team in goal this summer.
Yeah, he did. He's right now with the U20s. Luke's born in '03, so he's a 17-year-old kid. Doesn't look that way when you see him on the camera or standing next to anybody. But he is a 6'3", maybe 6'3.5". Kid's really hit a big growth spurt. Hasn't filled out physically yet. We need to get him in the weight room. Very intelligent player, very technical player. Met Luke when he was about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years old. Obviously, at that age, you don't want to identify a keeper. So for a few years, he was on the field. And then one day in training, a funny story. Now, this was the Wichita Wings Youth Soccer Association Luke played for. That's how crazy this stuff. Alec Enohos, also one of those members that played for the Wings last year, is on this team. Alec at home also with an injury right now and can't participate, but he's also one of the players. Probably the biggest player on this roster for that matter, because he has that year of Wings first team experience that really could contribute and help teach, even though he's only 18 years old, but he certainly could help with a little bit of that right now. Anyway, Luke, he's got the outdoor experience. It's really coming along. He's a highly recruited player. He's a senior right now, graduating. Great family. Don't apply the pressure at home on for the wins and losses. Make sure he's accountable. Looks at himself and looks to get better. So Luke, we talked about it before the game today. Made a massive mistake in the fourth quarter. Wichita was leading 3-2, and it came back from down 2-1. Scored twice. A free kick from Andy Nam, a putback from Cade Martin after Brandon Savanaugh beat a player down the wing, and they were looking to shock Omaha. And Luke just a little bit too long on the ball. The indoor game is just faster, makes a mistake, ends up having to bring a guy down or fouling a guy, and then clears the ball off the line and puts himself into a penalty kick situation. Doesn't make the save. Wichita starts reeling, and Luke took a lot of ownership for that, knew that it changed the momentum for the team. But that's the kind of accountability he has, and again, very technical with his feet. So we'll see how he stands up here. Going to get called into action in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, very physical start there from Sunflower, putting pressure on the defense. Ellington and Olorunfemi in defense for the Wings. We also have Lalo, Cade Martin out there as well. It'll be interesting to see the changes Coach Kyle Eno made at halftime. Now Olorunfemi gets run over there, one-on-one. The flick on straight into the hands of Dixon. Victor now on the near boards, looking to play the ball back. Finds Zach Ellington on the far side. Ellington plays the ball into the corner. That's Martin. Triple teamed in defense. And looking for an option. Now the ball played back. Olorunfemi will restart the attack here for the Wings too, as Sunflower picks off that one. Now a counterattack opportunity here.
Zach, I stand corrected. Johnny Freedom has changed his mind. He's done counting his steps for the day, chasing soccer balls around the arena, and he's going to take over here. Thank goodness. So those of you that have grown tired and listening to Zach Light and I talk and put you back to bed on the Sunday morning, here's your color commentary from Johnny Freedom.
And welcome back to the broadcast booth, Mr. Freedom.
Well, thank you, Zach. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate it. And just to let Blake know, he needs to run down there and go start shagging balls, man. Even the owners put in work here at this level of soccer, Zach. It's been an interesting match so far. I don't know what you and Blake were talking about. We're hoping, to get, they need some opportunities. The Wichita team needs to really take some opportunities. Haven't taken, I don't know how many shots we have on the board at this point, but it can't be too many. I know we didn't really test the goalkeeper the first half. And so my hope is that, during the course of the break, Zach, they've, worked on maybe trying to get some organization going here with the players in order just to create some opportunities to test his goalkeeper.
I think you make a good point there, Johnny. Just get the ball down the field and have a shot, have a go, create some chaos, follow up, rebound, take another shot. If you can get 2 or 3 quick shots off in succession against this goalkeeper, you can probably put one in the back of the net on him. just because they haven't seen that kind of pressure. So
Watch deflections. If you watch this indoor game, a lot of times you'll watch some of the higher level teams. And here's one that's going to be trouble for the man. Almost. Oh, and Lalo just got smacked there from number 9 there from Sunflower. I'm sorry, 22 from Sunflower, trying to win the ball. That was a little mix-up there that really Wichita should have capitalized on. But I guess the point I was trying to make before that goal-scoring opportunity there for the Wings was that you watch some of these higher-level teams play, and a lot of times they'll just throw a ball into the box. Just hit a ball hard into the box because with all the bodies flying around, oftentimes you can find a deflection. I can remember watching some of the Wings players back in the day, and they would literally put somebody on the back post and hit the ball off of somebody off the back post.
Right. And we see a lot. We have experience calling games in the PASL where a lot of teams that's their offense is, hey, get it past midfield and start taking shots.
100%, absolutely. If you don't take a shot, you're never going to score. No opportunity to score if you don't shoot. So Cade, I believe Cade Martin, is that Martin?
Correct. That's Cade Martin.
Cade Martin is going to be finding himself in the sin bin over here for 2 minutes for the board over on the player, which is interesting. I was down near the pitch for the first half while Blake was sitting next to you, and this Sunflower team they're a big squad. These guys have some size, and now we're seeing these younger Wings players getting a little bit more physical, and I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. Cade, needs to start bodying up some of these players.
Right.
He's setting the tone. I think it's great. Cade, obviously has had some opportunity to suit with the first team, and again, I like seeing him put a body on the board there. Obviously, we don't want to see anybody get injured, but that unfortunately that's a fact of the game in indoor.
This will be an injury stoppage here, so 10:53. The clock has stopped. And a player is hurt here.
And so we're talking about him being dirty. It looks like the referee or looks like the head coach from the Comets is upset, or from Sunflower, who's a coach from the Comets, is upset about that, calling the play dirty, and I don't think there was any intention there from Cade.
No, I don't think there was any intention of that. But
He's playing physical. These guys, Cade, if you watched in the first half down by, on the Wichita side of the goal, Cade got smacked in the face on a couple occasions from number 19. I don't know the player number 19 from Sunflower, but I watched with my own 2 eyes him rip Cade's shirt down and throw an elbow at Cade's face. And so, I guess it kind of goes both ways here, gentlemen. Not condoning, an injury on a player whatsoever, but, it happens,
Right, and it's unfortunate that it did happen. Cade Martin in the box. It's a power play opportunity here for Sunflower State FC. Sunflower State FC, coached by Nick McDonald, a forward for the Kansas City Comets, who will be playing here later today, is Dixon fighting.
Dixon's got to get his hands on the ball. That's a problem that we've seen a little bit, with young Luke, is that has been having trouble keeping, his hands on the ball and controlling these shots. The problem, especially in this situation on a power play, is that you're going to have somebody on the back post. Like that player was on the back post finishing things off. And so, you really have to control that ball when it comes in. And I know it's difficult. One thing to keep in mind, though, again, is that, this is a developmental team. This is a reserve team for the Wings. And so we're going to see these sorts of mistakes. But this is the level in which these sorts of mistakes need to be sorted out.
Yes. Iron sharpens iron. You want to play the best teams if you want to become the best. And so for, a team of mostly young players, some first-team guys who are either, rehabbing injuries or, developing themselves. You want to play the best because it's only going to make you better. Is that ball in the near corner? Victor Olafemi fighting. Victor takes a knock here. Foul given. It'll be a free kick for the Wings. As we approach 9 minutes left to play in this third quarter. Victor looks like he's going to be okay. He's going to come off here. And a timeout has been taken.
Yeah, Zach Ellington, one of the senior players from the Wings first team, who, again, Zach, I can't say enough about Zach Ellington. I don't know how much you guys have talked about him, Zacharino.
We've
but
mentioned his name a lot of time on the pitch for him today.
Absolutely, and he's a fantastic player for the first team. He's just one of those guys, a fringe player for the first team, doesn't get a lot of minutes, but is there early at every training practice. Tons of extra training time, trains with the team, travels with the team, will fill any role that you ask him to do, including coming down and providing a little bit of veteran leadership for the third team, or for the M3 team. And so we appreciate Zach Ellington quite a bit, immensely. I can't say enough about him. Last year he was with us and helped me out with operations quite a bit in my role, and just can't say enough about Zach Ellington and what a team guy Zach Ellington is.
Yeah, he'll do anything that you need him to. He was our chauffeur in Austin when we needed to go get equipment.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
For those first 2 matches last season. Drove down on his own. What a great dude.
No,
Zach's the best.
He is. He's fantastic, and brought his son along with him. And that was a really wonderful thing that a lot of fans didn't get to see about Zach. Was he brought his sons with him to a lot of these things, to training practices, to come out. They were working with me behind the goal, learning about the game, and just being around that. What an experience for your children. Here's a free kick.
Off the boards.
Unfortunate, we just missed that. That was a good setup there.
Yeah, Crafton just can't get his foot on it. Now a counterattack opportunity. Ball played off the wall there. Sunflower will take the chance to reset.
That's good. And Wings need to make sure that they're running defensively. As you can see, Zach Ellington there ran defensively back, followed his player all the way back. That's a veteran thing to do. That's really – and
they're calling this a top of the arc restart.
He didn't clear it out.
Yeah.
These guys just don't have their act. The referees, again, and in fairness to them, they're learning the game as much as as these guys
Wait,
are.
Did you just say fairness and referees in the same sentence, Johnny Freedom? I've never heard that out of your mouth
I'm getting
before.
soft in my old age, Zach, but I'll say that we're giving them a lot of grace on this M3 in this M3 game right now. And here's a interesting switch for Sunflower. They did a switch while the Wings have the ball, and that's actually on their bench. Terrible decision from their coaches over there to be substituting when we have the ball. Technically you want to do, as far as the indoor game is, that you don't want to be running substitutions when Wings are on a break, and that's what they did. So coming from a couple, veteran players there on the bench, former players and coaches over there, that was a huge error on their part. That could have been dangerous.
Dixon collects this one, will restart the attack for the Wings, too.
A bad ball there from Brandon, and the Wings are going to need to get set up here. Good effort there from Vic Olorunfemi. Good tackle there from Brandon. Kevin Crafton working along the boards there. Brandon as well.
Good pressure coming from Sunflower, trying to cause a mistake, and they do.
And then there's a dive from that Sunflower player.
Lalo, great block. Olorunfemi plays the ball forward, but Ellington can't get there first. Now a chance here for Sunflower State FC.
Got a player down the pitch. I believe that's Brandon.
And we'll stop the clock here for an injury timeout.
He went hip to hip with that number 15 when they were running through for Sunflower.
He's sitting up
He's hopping up. He might have gone knee to knee.
But he's hobbling,
I know they connected a little bit on the body, and it didn't look like much, and it just looks like they ran into each other. But, you know, on occasion from playing, you know, you go knee to knee with the guy, and it can end up hurting both of you, but it's certainly going to hurt somebody. And Brandon's up, and that's good. Hopefully they've got a trainer there from Mid-America Orthopedic. Sarah, one of the Wichita Wings trainers, is here today, and we thank her for that. She's working on that player over there on the far, the Sunflower player that looked like he got that knock over there on the boards on the 2-minute penalty, and now she's going to have to go work over on Brandon for a little bit. She's going to have her hands full here.
It looks like a cut above the eyebrow on the Sunflower player, but he'll be all right. And
Yep, got to run with him. Absolutely got to run with him.
Yeah.
And there's a great finish there from Sunflower with his left foot, came across, and one of the things that we were mentioning earlier with some of these younger players is I was talking with one of the owners, Mr. Chaco, down behind the goal earlier, and him, a former Wings player himself. You really can't give any space in this indoor game.
No.
You know, just a ball amount of space between you and that you and the offensive player, and there's a goal. We just saw that, just too much space given to that player, and you know, good on him to finish that with his left foot. Well done.
Goalkeeper collects after the restart in the attack by the Wings.
And I'm looking at the roster, and I'd like to give the player his proper due, but they traveled 20 players, and they only had 18 room for 18 actually on the official roster, and so I'm not seeing a 15 here on my roster, so I apologize to that player if any family members are watching at the moment. I just don't have his name.
Shot goes wide. Sunflower trying to get this ball out of the back. A little bit of pressure coming from this Wings 2 squad. Dan's trying to chase that one down. Notice I'm not saying Dan's last name because I butchered it yesterday. And he told me how to say it. I've slept since then.
Well, it happened.
Dan plays the ball into the far corner. Sunflower is going to collect it, slow things down here a little bit. Sunflower State FC leading 5-0. Just under 5 minutes left here in the third. Saved by Dixon.
Good track back there. And here we got a little break here. Let's see what we can do. He's got to set himself up, set some composure, get some composure, and finish.
He's got a second chance at this one. Nobody really running in to help him out there. Sunflower does well to get 4 defenders back, and now Victor Olafemi lays this ball off. Save.
Lalo. Great shot there from Lalo. Hit it with pace, and this is what we want to see. You know, taking some shots on goal. That's great. That's a couple shots in consecutive shots on goal there against the goalkeeper. He's come up big on both of the shots, and so that's good. But the Wings want to take these and make these and take some opportunities to test this goalkeeper. So here they're setting up a wall. We'll see. Oh, shot comes in, went for it. Wall does their job.
Wings 2 looking a little bit better on set pieces, a little bit more organization versus yesterday, but
well, it's amazing
unsuccessful.
What 7 days of practice can do. You know,
you and I wouldn't be playing this well.
No, obviously not enough.
Ellington getting physical there. 2:51 left in the third. The officials having a word with Zach. It'll be a free kick for Sunflower.
Well, Zach gave him a little friendly little push to the back, and I think had the whistle not already blown, Zach certainly would have been called for that. And he might not have given that strong of a push had he had the whistle not blown already. I think he just saw an opportunity for a free one there, and he might have taken that.
It wasn't a push; it was just a hate hug.
It was a little bit. If people stay tuned and watch this M1 game later between the Wings and the Comets, they're going to see a lot of that, like about on every defensive play.
I mean, that's going to be a physical match.
100%.
You know, the Comets. There's a rivalry there. You know, maybe not necessarily any bad blood between players at this point. You know, Kevin Tenike, Stephen Hammerski, both spending time with the Comets organization when there was no top-tier arena soccer in Wichita.
No, 100%. And we had, Lucas Salsa, who was here with us.
18 goals in 5 games with the Wings
was
on loan.
fantastic.
He's a great player. Involved in a shootout last night in Kansas City.
How did he do?
Trying to remember. I believe he missed his goal.
Well, I will tell you, the shootout is a lot easier said than done. Okay, guy out of his box there.
Yeah.
He's clearly out of his box.
Clearly out of the box.
And used his hand. I mean, right in front of the referee here. Ridiculous, man. Right in front of the referee.
And we've talked a lot about officiating mistakes
Yeah,
in
that's
this
one there.
in the Central Cup tournament, in these 2 games, in the MASL Arena Invitational, and it's like, and we're going to see a timeout here.
We've got a
with 50
top of
seconds
the
left.
arc restart. We should be having a restart right on the edge of the box there, but for whatever reason, we don't. Not sure what's going on here. Referee's is now warned the Kansas City bench over there.
Well, we talked a little bit before you joined us, Johnny, about officiating mistakes in the Central Cup tournament, and it's like, some people look at these as exhibitions or preseason games, but this is the inaugural competition for the MASL 3. These games matter to these teams. The Central Cup is renewing a lot of rivalries that we don't typically see with the Wichita Wings now playing in the MASL 2. That cup matters to these players, these teams, and these fans, and it's just like, hey, don't really look at this like a preseason or an exhibition tournament. These are games that matter, and an inaugural Central Cup champion will be crowned tonight.
No, I agree
depending
with
on the
you,
result of the Wings and Comets game at 6:05.
I agree with you 100%, Zach. It matters, and it doesn't just matter, obviously, to the players. I mean, the players have an enormous amount of time, training, effort. Our team is an amateur team. The Wings are an amateur team, so our guys aren't getting paid to come out and train. All right, $0, 0 cents. None of our guys are getting paid, so it's 100% physical and emotional investment for them. So yeah, it matters to them. But let's not forget the fans. The fans are paying to get here. We have fans that are, because of Sedgwick County and COVID stipulations in place, we only have 250 fans here. So we have fans investing money and time into being here. And then we have, let's not forget the ownership. We have the club here. The club is every time we put on a game here, the club's losing money. This facility isn't free to use, and frankly, 250 fans here isn't paying the cost to keep the lights on.
But we do it because
terrible.
we love you, and we do it because we want your support. We want to put the best product out there for you. Great kick save there from Dixon
Wonderful
to
job.
break up the attack.
Really,
39 seconds left.
not a good, and that is the issue with, and not to pick on Carlos Fernandez over there, but not a good set piece from Carlos. Didn't hit it with pace, and it resulted in a turnover. Not only a turnover, but a goal-scoring opportunity for Sunflower. Really, it was a 3-on-2. In fact, Sunflower should have done better.
Things winding down here.
Oh, Victor Olorunfemi, baby! Puts one in the back of the net and gives a little talking to.
Fantastic goal by Victor
Wonderful
there.
goal, good individual effort.
That's going to be the end of, and well, the officials are having a word here. We're going to stick with this instead of going to commercial.
Well, he said something. I don't think Victor appreciated getting his pants torn off while he was trying to score that goal. So I think what he was trying to do was get that, let him know, hey, look, you can tear my clothes off, but I still put that in the back of the net.
Wings get one back to end the third quarter. We'll be back in 90 seconds with the conclusion
American
of this.
Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on problems that actually matter, like figuring out which remote turns the TV on. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Check the reviews. The people have spoken. Epic Heating and Cooling is the call to make. Make sure your home is safe and efficient with our $79.95 furnace tune-up special. Year-end savings on complete systems. Epic service, not epic prices. Epic Heating and Cooling.
As a design-build general contractor, Evans Building Company has completed new construction, building retrofit, and remodeling services for commercial clients across the Wichita metro area for more than 50 years. The Evans team takes pride in delivering attractive, unique buildings for a variety of industries, from manufacturing and industrial to retail or religious organizations. Give us a call or visit our website to learn more about our services and why we are the team to build with.
And welcome back to Hartman Arena in Park City, Kansas. 15 minutes left to go in this one between Sunflower State FC and the Wichita Wings 2. And this, the second game of the MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational. My name is Zach Light. I'm being joined by Johnny Freedom on commentary. And, you know, so far it's been Sunflower's game, but Wings getting one back there to start to end the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Had wonderful individual effort there from Victor Olorunfemi in the waning seconds of that third period to really give a glimmer of hope for the boys. And really they needed it. You know, they're coming off of a game yesterday. I'm sure the legs are tired. I'm sure they're a bit sore from playing on the game yesterday. This is, not grass. It's concrete, and really there's no give there. Oh, that's a wonderful bit of pressure there from the lads there.
Fourth quarter timing rules in effect here, so the clock will stop like it would in a normal MASL or MSA2 match. There will not be the running clock as there was in the first through third quarters.
No, it's a interesting little concept they have going on here, I guess, to give the team that's losing, which happens to be Wichita at the moment, an opportunity to battle back without the winning team, killing the clock in essence. Oh, good opportunity there. Nice hit there from Lalo. Beautiful hit. He's an FC Wichita player. I'm sure Blake's been talking him up immensely. He's a wonderful player. Young player. He's small in stature, so when he gets some size, he's going to be very dangerous. And that is a top-of-the-arc restart. Absolutely. If this isn't a top-of-the-arc restart, absolutely a top-of-the-arc restart. No doubt about it. I mean,
they figured it out.
Geez Louise. Got to get that one right, guys. He kicked it out of the pitch.
Intentionally
kicks it out of the pitch.
Yeah,
that's a gimme right there. That's an easy one. So they got that right, so that's good.
So it'll be Ellington standing over this one for the Wings. Shot off the wall.
Wall did their job. Really, we'd like to see something better set up there. And here's going to be a top-of-the-arc restart there for us because he's behind the yellow line. It should be a top-of-the-arc restart. He booted it out of bounds. It's total. I mean, it's just the rules of the game here. So no surprise that's a top-of-the-arc restart. And Luke is a great goalkeeper, but that's just his youth and inexperience showing there. He's got to be a little bit more patient with that. He was feeling a little bit of pressure, and I think he was worried about the pressure. He needs to trust his feet. Good tackle there from Zach Ellington. Great block there from Ellington.
Ellington keeping alive that Wings tradition of great shot blocking. When you're learning from guys like Alex Mosley and Kevin Tenike and Daniel Sack.
Yeah, all those guys, man, are wonderful shot blockers, often leading the league, 2 or 3 of them at the top of the shot blocking table, for lack of a better term, if that's a term for it, but always in the leaders. And it's an interesting role in this game. There's always been the necessity to block shots. Kim Runfed was a shot blocker for the Wings, back in the glory days, back in the 80s, and it's really a bit of an unsung hero role, Zach.
Yes.
The shot blocker.
Well, not in Wichita, because our fans go nuts for that. They appreciate somebody putting their body on the line, getting bruised and banged up for
So Lalo
keeping
holding
one out
on
the
that
back
ball
net.
for just a little too long, too long there. Should have passed that over to Ellington, give Ellington an opportunity to take a shot on goal. He had a better angle, and they really had that taking the opportunity. Took it a little bit too deep in the corner there. And here's Lalo battling in the corner there again. I've seen him score a couple bangers in here before during some training opportunities when the Wings played the FC Wichita youth team last year.
That's
And
right.
he can do it. Sunflower resetting here. And Sunflower's organization is good. It's good. I like seeing them. Obviously, they've been training. Looks like they've had some opportunities. You know, it looks like we can see a relationship here that they have with the Comets. And so, nice hit and a secondary hit. He got his own rebound and had another one. That was hit with venom, man. Post, the goalkeeper's best friend, coming up big on there.
Absolutely, and you know, Sunflower, you know, with a fairly dominant performance here today, saying that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this Heartland Arena Invitational Tournament. Although I'm sure the Springfield Demise will have something to say about that one.
Yeah, Springfield's going to be a handful. The only issue that I see, and hopefully Springfield can replace him, is Jackson Rogers. Jackson Rogers is no longer with the Springfield Demise. Jackson was a massive, massive player for the Demise, a personal friend of mine. Played on their NPSL team, which is their outdoor team, basically organized their indoor team. They came and played the Wings, our first team, last season, and they gave us a run for our money. And Jackson was amazing. And he's a great player, but he's moved to Tulsa because of his wife.
Yeah, but that Springfield Demise team, PASL national champions, now making the move up to MASL 3. You know, so there's definitely some talent there. Jackson, a big piece of the puzzle, and you know, I know he was watching yesterday. I hope to see Jackson back around the game soon.
Well, I'll tell you what, his wife, I think works in the aircraft industry, and man, was a toss-up, he said, between Tulsa and Wichita.
Oh,
and I can tell you right now, I mean, Blake and I talked about this. If Jackson would have moved, if his wife would have only moved to Wichita, he'd be wearing orange right now.
Absolutely.
He'd be wearing orange right now. So
he's a player we've seen a lot of over
the years. Yeah, Zach calling outdoor games for FC Wichita. We always saw him. He was such a great defensive player. And indoor really suited him, you know, just for his size and for his speed and his aggressiveness. So I'm not sure if he's watching right now, but Jackson Rogers, wonderful player. But it would be nice to see the Demise. You know, I'm looking forward to watching this tournament. I think there's going to be some great players to watch. And there's a nice little shot there put into the back of the net by De La Torre, I believe is his name.
That is De La Torre.
De La Torre from
Dodge City, Kansas.
From Sunflower. Nice big shot there from him. He's a big player. I mean, he's got to be one of their bigger players over there for Sunflower, and just had a nice shot with his left foot that he put in the back of the net. Really no chance there for Dixon to do anything with that but pick it out.
Sunflower State FC take a 6-1 lead over the Wings 2. We want to give you Central Cup action update as the Ambush and the Sidekicks are playing right now. Dallas up 3-1 in St. Louis.
And, you know, both of these teams have already played. You know, Dallas obviously played Friday night and then turned around and traveled, you know, to St. Louis. And so, and I think St. Louis played last night.
Played last night, a game that got over just after 8 p.m. and turned around for a noon kickoff today.
Yeah, that's no joke, man.
That's a brutal one with that drive back to St. Louis that they had to make after the game.
Oh, so they played in Kansas City?
They played in Kansas City.
Is that a 3-hour drive, Zach?
It's more than 3 hours.
Well, I know.
Depending on where the players are at, you know, where they personally live, you know, it's every bit of 3.5 just to get to St. Charles, where the arena is, and I'm sure they park their cars, and then, you know, another anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes home, depending on where the player lives in the metro. So.
Yeah,
you know,
no
a rough
joke.
turnaround for them.
That is a rough turnaround. And, you know, and I'm not complaining. I'm happy to see Kansas City with not much rest and having to drive up here to Wichita today. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
Kansas City is going to be a handful for the Wings today. No doubt about it for the first team. One of the things that you were mentioning earlier was, there's no hard feelings with the players. There's no hard feelings with these players at all. I mean, they're all they're professionals. You know what I mean? They're absolutely professionals. But do they like to come to Wichita and beat us?
Of course.
100%. And Lucas Sosa,
And especially if they're
Salsa,
lifting a
great
trophy
player.
on the pitch after the match.
100%. We don't want them doing that.
And they've done it plenty here, unfortunately.
No, over the years, since the
I-35
80s,
cups. And
absolutely. Over the years, they've had their fair share of victories over us, and we've had victories over them. We got them last year, and when they came to Wichita and handled them pretty well. And that was with Lucas Salsa, but it wasn't the remainder. But it wasn't, in fairness, it wasn't the remainder of their first team. They've got a lot of wonderful players there now, and some of the guys that weren't there, obviously a big handful of the players that we're going to see today weren't here. Oh, that was with his left foot. The youngster there has it with his left foot. He had glory in his eyes, but he just got a little bit too much oomph underneath the ball there. But I would be lying if I didn't say I wanted Lucas Salsa in orange this season. How about you?
Yes.
How about you?
I mean, absolutely. He's a fantastic player and, obviously integrated very well into our squad.
With the
18
Brazilians,
goals in 5 games, yes.
With the Brazilians. I mean, they just linked up well. He linked up well. He's a fellow Brazilian.
He knew all the dance moves to the celebrations on his first game.
He did. He absolutely did. And that just comes genetically. You know what I mean? With Brazilians.
They know how to celebrate.
Six-pack abs and Speedos. You know what I mean? And the dance moves and all
Dixon fouled there after.
Just comes naturally to the Brazilians. Yeah, there's a little foul there on Dixon. And, referees calling this stuff down here, but you're allowing one of our goalkeeper to get popped. And it's kind of a bit of a surprise there that we didn't see a blue card there.
Unfortunately, we won't see Nico this evening.
Now, Nico would have been nice to have. Nico's in Australia, got stuck over there during the COVID situation, and then now he's there playing for a team over in Australia now. And we wish him the best. Man, I miss that guy like crazy.
Absolutely. Such a great dude. But, if you're going to ride this thing out anywhere, Australia might be the place to do it. So there's a boarding call down here on the near side. Can't quite see it from our camera angle, but the player is down.
Yeah, he's going to be all right. He's a big boy. He can take a knock.
Leo Sosa also not available.
Leo Catarina. We're missing, most of our Brazilians. I don't know if we have a Brazilian on the squad right now. If this was MASL 1, I think that's a league violation.
Well, from what we talked about at halftime, the good old number 85 might be suiting up this evening.
Oh, really?
Is that Brazilian soccer legend?
Is that Zaccarinho?
That is Zaccarinho.
Nice. Yeah, I know Zaccarinho very well. Very, very well. He's got a left and a right foot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can't use either of them.
He's got both.
I've got
I
him.
didn't say he could do anything with them. I just said he had both of his feet. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, the guy has got a lot of concussions. So he's dangerous. He's dangerous in the corner. You got to watch him in the corner. Hopefully, the referees will be watching out for him in the corners. He drops on the ground like at the drop of a hat, though. He goes down easy. He's a bit of a diver.
He's a delicate flower.
He's a bit of a diver.
I would argue that he's a delicate flower, Johnny. And
well,
you breathe on him, and he's hurt.
And he's going down.
Right. Of course, please don't breathe on him. It's a pandemic.
It is. It is a pandemic,
right.
And he's already had COVID twice, I think.
Well, we want to thank. Sadly, yes, you are correct. Oh, it's always fun when Johnny's back on the commentary, and we can.
I just know a lot.
Fun.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for all those inside jokes, but Zach and I have been friends for probably a good 10 years. And
yeah,
so,
it was the original relaunch of the Wings.
So we've known each other for about 9 years.
Yeah.
So 9 years, and so I know a lot of the pitfalls of being a Zaccarinho.
Oh, there's so many pitfalls of being a Zaccarinho. You don't. You at home don't want to know, but we do want to thank all of you at home for tuning in. Unfortunately, we couldn't have fans in the stands for this one.
Yeah, it's a shame.
We wanted to the building needed time to turn things around and sanitize seating and bathrooms and surfaces so that the fans coming in for the Central Cup games could stay safe. There are additional MASL 3 Heartland Arena Invitational games coming. Wichita will host one more home game to be announced sometime in January. And then the Heartland Arena Invitational Finals will be held the weekend of February 13th and 14th. Tentatively, that will be right here at Hartman Arena. That'll all depend on Central County COVID protocols. And another goal.
Yeah, giveaway there from the Wings, one of the young Wings players over there. I don't know his name, number 35 over there. Turned the ball over and then tries a cheeky little heel kick, completely missed the ball and turns it over for a 3-on-1, and they just buried it. And really, no opportunity there for the goalkeeper to do anything about it. He needs to go on the bench, shake it off. What happens. He made a mistake. Own up to your mistake. And the coaches are talking to him right now about it. Roger Downing's over on the bench. He's having a word with him, and again, it happens. Again, we can't forget this is a developmental team. These guys are young. They're going to make these mistakes and, take away nothing from Sunflower. They are a great team. They're very physical. They're very technical. They're a good team, and frankly, they're gonna capitalize on these mistakes.
Absolutely, and again, the goal of Wings 2 is to develop players to get to the first team. We're seeing a lot of young talent. We're seeing a lot of bright spots. And as this team plays and progresses in this tournament, you're going to see this team get better. You're going to see this team grow, and you're going to start to see players on the bench for the first team. The format of this tournament is basically a single group, 4 teams. Everybody plays home and home, so there'll be 6 games. At the end of those 6 games, they'll be seeded teams 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then the semifinals will be played 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. Here on February 13th, and then on February 14th you'll have a third-place game and a championship final between the winners of that reseeded 2-night mini tournament.
No, it sounds exciting, sounds interesting, and it's a lot of and what the great part about this is it's a lot of games for these teams. You know what I mean? And it's great, and it's opportunities for them to play in a big arena. Oh, that was a huge mistake there from Sunflower, man. 3-on-2, and really almost a 3-on-1, and now this is what it's turned into. Lalo needs to have this. Lalo. Could have been a big opportunity there for Lalo to get that, and there's the referee looking around for somebody to come get that ball. We're going to need Blake to run over there. Blake, I need to get on the microphone and tell Blake he needs to hustle on over there and get that ball, huh, Zach?
Yes. 5 minutes 39. I'm sorry, 6 minutes left in this one. I forgot to stop the clock on the broadcast.
Ooh, and there's a top of the arc restart there for the Wings.
So here we go, an opportunity to get another one back.
And they really need to do something. The last 3 top-of-the-arc restarts and maybe 2 that I've seen is them just hitting it at the wall. And he needs to roll this over to Victor and let Victor finish that. Good shot there. Good save from the goalkeeper. That's a problem here.
Here comes the counterattack from Sunflower. And
they just got to settle down.
Ball laid off.
Man, that was a hell of a hard hit. From number 15 there. That's a big boy, man. He hit the crap out of that, man. I feel sorry for the plexiglass on that thing. And glad that wasn't headed towards Dixon or any one of our players. That kid hit that with venom. Good hit.
Dixon will restart the attack.
Unlucky there from Dixon. I like him. He's settling down back there, not freaking out. I mean, that's one of the things that these players are going to have to realize is I love our outdoor players getting an opportunity to play indoor. If you talk to Ethan Dowd, for example.
Yes.
Ethan Dowd is a young player. He's been playing indoor. First started with me and you. That's a shot. That's a big one there. So big shot there from number 15. Finished it. Turned. You notice he's their target man. And just turned the defender, kind of hooked his arm around that defender and turned him and buried it in the back of the net. No chance for Dixon there. But what I was mentioning about Ethan Dowd is that so Ethan played PASL with Wichita selection, was not good coming in necessarily. Indoor, he's a great outdoor player. He's playing Fort Hays State D2, great player. Well, then he came to the wing, was learned a ton from Javier and Tico Rodriguez, a ton. playing the game because it's different, because it's faster.
Right.
And so it's faster. It's, you know, you got to be quicker. You don't have as much time on you don't have as much time on the ball. And so you just, it benefits you. Now we've seen him 2 years with the Wings now. He's so much of a better outdoor player because of the way because of the fact that he plays indoor. You have to make decisions so much faster. The outdoor game absolutely slows down when you play indoor.
Yes, absolutely. You know, you get better with your feet. You get better with your speed. You get better with your reaction time.
Decision making.
Yep.
Everything.
Foul. The Wings are looking for a foul in that far corner, but aren't going to get the call. Dixon will collect.
Yeah, just throw it to him. There you go. Oh, nice touch there. Referee gets in the way there on the pass back to Lalo, but
players getting tied up a bit there.
He needs to run with them. You know, we can't. That's one of the things that these guys are going to learn, especially these young outdoor players who've got to learn on indoor, is that you've got to track with that runner, and especially a big guy like 19, 15. You've got to track with these guys 100%. Yeah, bad ball there, unfortunately, there from Lalo. Didn't really put a little bit too much on it there for Fernandez, but it was a good try there. And again, you notice not tracking.
Dixon doing everything he can to stop that ball.
He did great. But again, you had a runner because he wasn't tracking, and here's theirs. You know, their player number 19 not tracking with our player, and that's what happens, man. If you lose track of that player running, issues.
Victor Olenfemi not able to have the shot there. Ball gets played back to Ellington in defense. Now a long ball played in, and that's going to beat
And I'm going to tell you something. At this point of the game, it's kind of a trash goal a little bit, but, I understand. Everybody wants to get on the score sheet, but you really you want to take half-field shots when you're up 8-1. I would much rather see some development and some build play from Sunflower at this point. I mean, they've got the goal. They've got the game in hand. It's 9-1 now. Build the play up a little bit. I think they're kind of shoving, our noses in it a little bit at doing stuff like that. But, hey, if that's what he wants to do, if the coaches want him doing that, go for it. And really, based on some of the stuff that we've seen from their bench, it's not a surprise.
So we're sitting at 2 minutes, 35 seconds left in this one. Sunflower State FC going to walk away with the W here.
Yeah, no doubt here they're going to win. It's just going to be a matter of can the boys, the Wings players, the young players, get a little bit of their pride back. And really, again, Luke getting caught there in the corner. Some of these older players just need to, kind of stay on top of him and calm him down, and because he had a couple defenders there set up and ready to go.
Well,
I don't mind this ball in the corner here.
No, good opportunity here. Headed, collected by the goalkeeper for Sunflower, and yeah, a goalkeeper like Luke Dixon's got a great team to learn from.
Great
Stephen
team.
Hammerski, Aaron Parrott.
No, absolutely. They're the guys that he's got to learn under, that first of all, he's already training under. Phenomenal. And let's not forget the immense talent that the kid has already. Natural talent, size, intelligence. I mean, he's certainly, with a little bit more experience, he's going to be, just a fantastic player. And he's one of these guys that I can see, with his size and his ability, you see him playing, actually having an absolute career, no doubt about it. And there's, again, Dixon turning the ball over in the middle of the pitch and not giving his defense much to work with there. 10-1 now, Wichita trailing here, and as we mentioned before, Sunflower's going to come away with this. But do they? What do they do with it?
Well,
do they consider? Do they continue? But you can't blame them on that one. It was a turnover at mid-pitch.
If you're Sunflower FC, you're saying, hey, this is exactly how we wanted to start in this tournament. A big win against a legendary franchise, even though it's the Wings 2. The chance to come in and play in a facility like this. Typically, MASL 3 teams would be playing in larger soccer complexes and facilities, and but to come in, a great atmosphere. All the guys were really excited coming into the building today, taking pictures, being like, hey, we're playing on the big pitch. And one of the great things about the MASL 2 squad having access to this facility is that you'll get some double headers as things return to normal. You should be able to get the chance to see in an MASL 3 game versus before an MASL 2 game, or double headers like we're hosting today, hopefully with fans in the future. But
well, number 16 finds himself in the box there. The tackle on the young forward there from Hutch, and we'll see Wichita with a whole 34 seconds of a power play. See what they can do here.
Only power play of the game for the Wings 2, I believe. Oler and Femi. Shot comes in off the boards. 30 seconds left in this one. Long ball played forward. Dixon's out of his box.
Yeah, Dixon just needs to come forward. Nothing to lose, mate. Just come forward.
Oler and Femi now with the ball at his feet. Ellington tried to flick it in with the back heel. And that's going to do it. Looks like maybe one more chance here, but nope.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Sunflower FC comes in and makes a statement, 10-1 over the young Wichita Wings 2 club. And again, it got a little bit out of hand, this last fourth quarter here. It was a little tighter earlier, but congratulations to Sunflower and their organization.
A big win to start their MASL 3 campaign.
For sure, definite big win for them. They got to be, ecstatic about the win. And on the Wings end, they've got to be looking at, what kind of changes can we make? The players at themselves have got to examine, hey, look, what can we do? What, did I leave everything out on the pitch? On every shift, did I hustle? They're playing, all these guys are playing for the crust of their cities, and so they're not getting paid. So they've got to figure out, they've got to find some sort of internal motivation, and learn from the mistakes. And again, we're expecting some mistakes from these young guys, but in those mistakes, you got to learn something from those things. And so the boys, with the the help and encouragement from their coaches and trainers, and the older players, the senior team, they've got to work through these mistakes and figure out what they can do better, and not make these mistakes.
Well, that's going to do it from us here from Park City, Kansas, Hartman Arena. We will be back on the air. 6:05 is kickoff for the Central Cup final match. Kansas City Comets versus the Wichita Wings. That game will be available via Facebook pay-per-view. You can go to the Major Arena Soccer League Facebook page for more information. For Blake Shoemaker and Johnny Freedom, my name is Zach Light. Hope to see you all this evening.